Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's Q&A on live stream. Sorry I'm a bit late. My computer decided it wanted to do an update the minute I tried to log into it. So I hope you're all here. I hope you're all doing well. Um, it is Armistice Weekend or Remembrance Weekend or whatever you want to call it. So we will be talking about that. Now we will give it a few minutes for people to come in. Jude, hello. How are you, Jude? How are you keeping? How are you doing, mate? Army Jude, hello from Latvia. Hello, how are you? It's as I said, it's Remembrance Weekend, Armistice Weekend, whichever you want to say. We will have a video coming up on the channel tomorrow about Armistice Weekend or Remembrance Weekend. The reason I didn't put it up today, yes, today is the 11th. The reason I didn't put it up today is because people are away at cenotaphs. People are away at their own Remembrance Sundays or the Remembrance days. A lot of military channels put up something on today as well. Nothing wrong with it, but I just decided I'll do my one for tomorrow so people can sort of look at it in their own leisure. So that's what I have done. Steel Helmet Stan, evening from the glorious kingdom of the northeast of England. Is it its own kingdom now, Stan, is it? Have you told King Charles? Hello, everyone. Hello, Kenny Rebel. How are you? So that was my thought process behind not putting up a video today for Remembrance Weekend. I am actually doing it tomorrow because I just thought an awful lot of people would be at work. First of all, those guys that would be watching the channel that are veterans and stuff like that, that'll be at cenotaphs and things like that already today. They're probably, as we speak, a couple of pints deep in British Legions and veterans bars across the country. So I'll be putting my one up tomorrow. Well, it's my kingdom, just my house and shit. Yeah, I was actually looking at it, one of your videos there the other day. Actually, today I was looking at it. Just your little medal collection. I just was recapping on some of your videos that you had that I haven't watched properly. The medal collection that you have on top of the stairs. That's because I'm going to try and get into medal collecting myself. Um, and I was just doing a bit of research and looking at guys that I know, like the likes of you. Um, uh, Talking to my friend Danny, talking to or looking at Simon Moore's channel, but he doesn't really do much medals and stuff like that. His channel in relation to medals and things like that. He got egged in the kingdom of Northeast. Um, yeah, so that's it. This is a filming weekend as well, so we will be doing a couple of videos this weekend. Um, you seem to be enjoying the series that I did with Danny. Herefordshire Regimental Museums or Herefordshire Led if you follow him on TikTok. Um, the videos that we shot with Danny seem to be doing very, very good. I will be back in England sometime in the new year. So we're going to go. I will be staying at Danny's again, and we're going to do some part twos, possibly part threes, and look at some other bits and pieces collection. He's a huge collection, massive collection, very big into the SAS and World War Two, and Afghanistan and Iraq are his main fields of collection. So if any of you don't follow Herefordshire Regimental Museum, please go follow Herefordshire Regimental Museum, or go follow, if you're on TikTok, go follow Herefordshire Lad on TikTok. They're both his channels, and yeah, he's a good guy, good friend of mine. Please go and support him. Where have we gone? Today I commemorated the fallen soldiers of Latvia in World War One. Yeah, well, in Ireland, not Ireland. It is Remembrance Weekend. Um, so you will have stuff going on over the weekend. You'll have wreaths being laid at cenotaphs and things like that. Um, it's good. I will be putting up a video tomorrow from a little graveyard that's nearby where there's some Commonwealth war graves in it, and some other bits and pieces, some other little interesting bits and pieces. So there you go. Where have we gone? Somebody's laughing at Kenny. What did Kenny do? Oh yeah, sorry. Guy was a pants short too. They'll never get me in. They'll never get me in the bunker. Yeah, so that's what's happening. I've been sort of collecting front. Um, I've been putting some impressions together. I've been working on an SAS one from the Falklands because I have an awful lot of yacht banner gear, so it's good like that. So I've been doing some research on their webbing, things like that, with Danny as well, actually, from Herefordshire Regimental Museums. Been doing some other bits and pieces as well. I will be at the Living History UK Festival in, I think it's March. I'm not sure. Don't forgive me on the dates. Next year, so I'm one of the organisers of that. Well, I'm not one of the organisers, volunteers for that. So yeah, so I'm trying to get stuff ready for that. Plus, I'm bringing over a lot of my banner collection for that. So we will be trying to get all that sorted. So yeah, it's been busy, busy, busy. It's along with family life, work, things like that. Yeah, so it does get very, very hectic. Um, me and my mate egged Peter Andre in 1995. Fun times. Didn't miss either. Um, yeah, so that's been it. There is a video. I don't know if he's around, Jim Timber. There is a video of this coming up. He kindly gifted it to me. It's a Polish Cold War era jacket. I had it done. The video is there. It's on standby. But when I did the series with Danny, I said I'd keep all them together. So this is coming up very soon as well. There's about 3 or 4 videos. Sorry, there's this weekend and next weekend left in Danny's series, and then we'll be moving on to other stuff. So yeah, he will he will have deserved it. Hello, everyone. There he is, Jim Timber. Hello, everyone. My name is Hilda, and I'm calling from Sweden. Yeah, so there is a video of this coming up very, very soon, Jim. As I said, I was doing a series with Danny, or I did a series with Danny. So I kept everything together as much as I could. So yeah, so in the collecting world, what have I been doing? Well, I've been looking at medals lately. Um, I'm going to try maybe in the new year get into some medal collecting. Possibly local Irish guys first of all, and see what happens after that, and then branch out. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I have also, because I've reached 1,000 subscribers, I have a raffle. I'm going to be doing a raffle. There will be a video on that coming out. The prize is a mystery box. There will be a mystery box put together of militaria, um, from all different areas, all different categories, things like that. Um, so that's the prize. It's going to be a mystery box. So we will be raffling that. There's a helmet in it. There's patches in it. There's a uniform jacket in it. There's some Irish military in it. So yeah, so it's a mystery box. Evening, got my phone hooked to the mains so the battery doesn't die this time. Hello, CJ, how are you? I hope you're keeping well. I'm doing a conclusion video about some World War One property I returned to a family certificate that was stolen years ago, and I bought it and found the family tomorrow's job. Very, very cool. I remember you talking about that. How's your clock coming, actually? I know you're having issues with your a guy that was supposed to be repairing your clock. Nice one, Stan. Humphrey, it was about kicking, knocking him with. Still can't understand. Evening, looking forward to that video. Yeah, it's going to be a good video. I possibly, I don't know, it's not confirmed yet, but I am going to try and get over to Stoneleigh Military Fair. Even if I don't buy anything, I want to do a video, but I've never been there. People have been telling me it's probably one of the biggest fairs in England to go to, Stoneleigh. So yeah, I'm going to try and get over to that. We'll have to wait and see. It's not confirmed yet, but I do want to go and see that. Um, for next year's events, I will be at the Yorkshire Wartime Experience. I will be at the UK Living History Festival, and I'll possibly be at the Victory Show as well. So that's what I plan on doing for next year. Um, I will be with Andy for 2 shows, and then I'm going to try to do it out that it'll be even because I'm affiliated with 2 groups in the UK, Living History UK and the Combined Forces Living History Group, which Andrew Johnson runs. So I'm going to try and do 2 shows for both Yorkshire and the festival, because they're coming to the festival because we're doing an banner display, and Victory with Living History UK, and I'll see if I can fit in something else with them as well. So yeah, so that's my plan for next year. Anyways, I hope to get to the UK for 4 shows and possibly Stoneleigh. So we'll wait and see. Sorry, I nodded off in front of the telly. Well, that's because you're old, Andrew. So you need to wake up a small bit. CJ, do you do appraisals on items? That's actually a good idea. Yeah. Military collectibles, buggered if I know. I suppose I will have to go round his house again. Oh, yeah, that's the clock. Yeah, sorry. Um, does Germany fallen soldiers commemorate fallen soldiers of World War One? I presume they do. Um, I presume they have their own armistice weekend or their own remembrance weekend or something like that. I just don't know when it is, but I presume they have something like that. The Irish have something like that. We have our own separate remembrance weekend, but we also celebrate the 11th because so many guys were in the First World War. So many guys were in or so many Irish guys were in the First World War, World War Two as well. Don't get me wrong, World War Two, the First World War, the Boer War especially. There was an awful lot of Irish regiments involved in that. Um, so it's different. The Remembrance Sunday wasn't always celebrated, but it's starting to get more and more and more celebrated now, which is a good thing. Military show in West County Hotel Dublin on Sunday. If you were free, I might actually. That could be a good one. Stoneleigh is a fantastic. Save up plenty of money. All I will know. All the known dealers are there. Do like DB Militaria, Soldier of Fortune, Epic Militaria, and they're like, cool, yeah. You go there regularly, CJ, do you? Um, yeah, because if you are there, and if I do make it, I'd love to meet up with you and have a cup of tea or something. Um, I know it's a huge event. I know the boys were saying as well that what they normally do is they do a quick lap. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anything, or they just don't talk to anyone or don't stop. They just look, and they sort of make a list of what they're interested in, and then go back around again the second time and pick up what they've seen, and then take their time the second time, I suppose. But yeah. So it would be good to get to. I'd love to go see it. There are many World War One memorials being restored here in the Sudetenland, and every name is mentioned. Yeah, there is my town actually. Here, for where I live, they have a World War One commemorance wall. They have a World War Two commemorance wall. They have a War of Independence, a Civil War. So it's all in the one park, the Peace Park. So yeah, it's very well done. Um, they have stuff. They're back to the War of Independence, the Civil War, World War One, World War Two, and I think there's other stuff as well mentioned there as well. We actually have a cannon in our courthouse that was taken in Crimea. Because there was an awful lot of lads from this area that went to Crimea as well. So, as a I don't know what a gift to the town, they donated or the military gave us a cannon to have at the courthouse. So we have a Crimean cannon at our courthouse. Kenny Rebel, regarding appraisals, I can give a ballpark figure, but it will only be my opinion, as I'm sure you will agree that one dealer or collector is prepared to pay can differ. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. There's even a Crimean Day event for Crimean Day for Legionnaires in Collins this every April. I've I'd love to do a French display for it. Yeah, like the Irish are it's crazy because obviously British Army. Well known fact: a lot of Irish soldiers served in the British Army. American Army, 69th Infantry Regiment was predominantly Irish. I was doing some research on it there the other day because initially when I got into reenacting and stuff like that, it was actually American Civil War. Um, that we went to American Civil War events that we went to because my friend that I was getting involved with reenacting was that was his thing. He wanted to do Civil War, or American Civil War. I think it's 120,000 Irish guys fought on the north side during the American Civil War, and something like 20 to 30,000 estimated fought for the South in the Civil War. You have to remember when the American Civil War was going on at the time, Ireland was in a full famine, so there was mass emigration. They reckon over 1 million people died in the famine, and another 1 million to 1.5 million emigrated, be that Ireland, England, uh, America, wherever. Or sorry, Ireland. Obviously, they didn't stay in Ireland, but went to England, Scotland, Wales, America, Canada, Australia, places like that. They reckon 1.5 million immigrated, and I think it was 25% of the population we lost in that time. So yeah, the founder of the Argentinian Navy is Irish. Uh, People don't like that. People often get upset when I bring up this, but Lord Wellington was Irish. He was born in Tipperary. Well, he was Anglo-Irish, but he was still born in Tipperary. Paddy Mayne, Irish, famous guy. If any of you know any of your SAS history, you know who he is. Um, Montgomery had something to do with Ireland. I can't remember, was his father Irish or was his mother Irish or something, but he had some Irish thing because he used to holiday in Wexford. Apparently, Lord Montgomery used to. The inventor of the submarine was Irish. Uh, yeah, so there's an awful lot of Irish military connections. Sorry, there's a lot of questions after coming in, so I'll just get back to them. Been once to Stoneleigh. Been once at Stoneleigh. Bloody good. However, when I went, it was early on as it had temporarily moved its date, so it was daylight when I went and daylight when I set off. Ah, yeah. Well, if you're there this year, hopefully, if I do get over, hopefully I get to see you and we can have a brew. Uh, I recently bought a Royal Marine BDU that was Tree Commander, but had a Royal Irish Shamrock TRF on the right sleeve. Very interesting. Do you think the patches were a swap from serving together? The command, believe it or not, the Royal Irish are air assault, so that possibly he could have been a commando that was or a Royal Marine that was attached to them for training purposes or something like that. Uh, I don't exactly know why he would have a shamrock on, unless he was attached to them. That's the only thing that I can figure out as an instructor or something like that. Possibly a swap, yeah. But yeah, it does happen. I actually have a carbine, Royal Irish carbine, from a medical doctor or a medical officer that was attached to the Royal Irish. So it's actually the medical field cap badge, but it's on a carbine. So yeah, it does happen. They do get attached to different units and things like that. Always remember watching the film Glory. They had an Irish hard nut sergeant training and brilliant move. Yeah, they did actually. There's another famous Irish sergeant in some movie, and I can't think of it. It'll pop into my head in a minute. Uh, So as for the next only, it revolves back to its mid-year date, dark when I set off and dark when I come back. There, three of us are planning to invade one sometime. Oh yeah, as I said, if you're there this year, happy, no problem, and more than happy to meet up to have a cup of coffee, cup of tea. It'd be lovely to sit down and chat with you. Actually, those Irish people fighting in the bars when they're drunk. Do Irish people fighting in the that's actually a culture thing. Irish are known to fight. Yes, we do fight. We don't back down from things, but it's rare. You don't see it as often. Like it's a stereotype thing. Yeah, you do see arguments. You do see rows in pubs and stuff like that, but it's not every week. It's not every night you see Irish guys getting fights. Um, but yeah, it does happen. It happens everywhere. It happens in England. It happens in America. It happens everywhere. But it's a stereotype type thing. You don't. It's not a regular occurrence where you see Irish guys fighting in pubs. Um, but yeah, I suppose that answers your question. That's why my that's why my display will be ever expanding to cover Irish soldiers of foreign service like Britain, USA, France, Spain, and Pepper. Yeah, like you could, if you were to try and portray or try and have a collection about every war, conflict, shindig that the Irish were involved in, you'd want to have massive, massive money first of all, and site as well would be huge as well. Um, can you remember what is the item? Oh yeah, sorry, that's what the value. Three Commando Brigade also has an army unit in it. Yes, they do actually. You're right. You are right, Andy. Uh, a bloodshed from Operation Fury. Burning, burning. Hello, John. Hello. How are you? How are you keeping? Written in Russian and English. I was reading about the Royal Irish being 16th Cert Brigade. Glad they got the Pegasus back. Yeah, there was a big debate actually on their headdress because they obviously wear the carbines. They're famous for wearing the carbines. What they have decided to do was they actually went back to the headdress of the Royal Ulster Rifles, which was because they're air assault, they're entitled to wear the maroon beret of the airborne. It's not an actual parachute qualification. The parachute qualification is the wings on their sleeve. The maroon beret states that they are air assault or air part of the 16th air assault or whatever like that. The airborne division, I suppose you want to call it, or brigade. So they have gone back to World War Two, where the Royal Ulster Rifles, was it the first battalion or the second battalion? I can't remember off the top of my head. Were glider borne infantry. So they wore the maroon beret, but what they did was they had a green patch, 1 inch by 1 inch patch, um, behind the cap badge with their cap badge on it. So that's what they're doing. They're keeping a carbine for ceremonial and things like that, but for work and dress and everyday wear, they will be wearing the maroon beret, but it will be with the green backing behind their cap badge for as a tribute to the Royal Ulster Rifles when they were glider borne infantry. So there you go. Little interesting fact for you. Uh, I will be actually putting together a Royal Ulster Rifles impression World War Two one because they're going to be my main two things that I'm going to do for World War Two. Will be the SAS that I am pretty much happy with my kit. I'll always be picking up bits and bobs as well, but because they are airborne and the Royal Ulster Rifles are air assault, the kit pretty much goes together, bar one or two changes. Um, so yeah, so that's what I will be doing. So keep that will be coming up in the future. Royal Irish started in 1688. Flegabarda, yeah, Flegabarda means clear the way. If any of you don't know what Irish is, um, you can go back further than that if you wanted to Irish serving the British Army. Um, Jacobite Wars, even whenever the Jacobite Wars was, um, you had a lot of stuff going on as well. Kenny Rebel very difficult with its particular price without holding the item. Bloodshits can range from 40 quid up to thousands depending on the issue date, type, which country. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing about Militaria. You need to hold it and feel it and smell it and see it, because like you'll have wear marks if you look at the band of the inside of it. So you have sweat marks and wear marks. So you've been used. It's an interesting hobby that even like it actually does have a smell. It does have a unique feel about it. So you need to know what you're looking for. Um, and unfortunately, it's one of those hobbies too that mass production of reproduction makes it very difficult for people getting into the hobby before they, like everyone got stung. I've gotten stung. Stan's gotten stung. CJ's probably gotten stung. Everybody's gotten stung with fakes from time to time. So yeah. Got a 58 pattern butt pouch off eBay. There's no such thing as, or sorry, 50. Are you talking about the American stuff now? Butt pouch off eBay. I understand the item was issued to soldiers checkpoints in Northern Ireland. Butt pouch? I'm not sure what you mean, butt pouch. Oh, you mean, I have one of them somewhere. It's for holding the rifle onto their belt. Yes, they were designed for Northern Ireland. I believe they were issued as well, but you very rarely see anyone using them, if I remember correctly. I have one of them somewhere. Wherever it is. In my shelf of mystery. Drawer of mystery. I know what you're talking about. It's literally like a little envelope with that you could fit the butt stock into. This one, I think so. Sorry, no, if I'm shaking the camera everywhere. I remember I lost my mind. Oh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about anyway. I do have one somewhere. I don't actually. They're an interesting bit of kit. Yes, they were. Obviously, they are original, if you get me. They are designed for the 58 pattern. They were a piece. But I can't remember. There's something about them. I don't think they were ever issued. And I've never seen a photo of anyone actually. There we go. That's what you're looking at. One of them. So that fits onto your belt. I have actually seen, believe it or not, I've actually seen one of them in use with a radio sitting inside it. Klansman or something like that. Now my one is actually dated 1971, and it does have a serial number. I don't know if you can make it out. Oh, if I could get the light in there. There is actually a serial number under the date of manufacture that has been written in by a pen. But I've never actually seen videos or photos of them ever being used. And it does fit. YouTube, this is a prop. It is a reproduction. It is nothing real. I just want to show the camera. Because the SLR was so heavy that it's literally designed to do that. That the soldier can have it on his belt and still hold it like this, but take the actual weight of the gun off his shoulder or off his hand. It doesn't actually fit the sling on, but oh well. There you go. That's what we're talking about. The Northern Ireland pouch. Yeah. Where have we gone? I've seen one in auction for fetching for 250, but I don't want to use that as an estimated. Rip everyone off if incorrect. Oh, you're going selling that blood shit here. Blood, sweat, and tears have gone into that cap. Massive respect. Oh, the right Irish Guards, yeah. Or you want about the beret? Yep, fakes are an unbelievable learning experience in hobby. They are, and it can be disheartening or downheartening, but 90% of the time, there isn't. Okay, I won't say that because there are some guys that have gotten caught massive money. With me, anyway, thankfully, I've seen something that I thought was worth more, um, and I've paid little money for it because I was thought I was being smart and said, "Oh Jesus, yeah, that's. I don't think your man knows what he has or whatever." And I picked up something later to find out it was a reproduction. So I've never actually been caught for way too much money, but people have been caught for a lot of money. So yeah, so it is a learning experience. They were used by Lancaster pilots for crossing Russian territory to bomb Germany. Oh, the bloodshed. Sorry. Okay, that's very interesting. I wish I had the discipline to save up for a decent item, but as soon as I get a spare 50 quid, I spend it. And yeah, I've been stung. Bloody first K98 DX. It's got a Yugo M48 bolt. Big dealer. Oh, okay. I must talk to you about that actually because I've been looking into getting some DX from across the pond. My uncle was a Lancaster wireless operator gunner in World War II. He survived over 30 missions. That's very interesting, Jim. Um, that's very interesting. Because, like, 30 missions, you don't think it doesn't think like 30 missions is a lot, but fucking hell, back then, yeah. I think the 8th Air Force, the Americans had to do like 22 or 25, and very few of them got anywhere close near to that. Like, I think the buck pouches were never issued out. I just and just held in QM stores. That's how they are all near mint condition. Yeah, I don't know. My one has a serial number on it, so I'm not sure whether it was ever issued or whatever. But it probably was and never used. I don't know. Um, Jim Timber 2, great stuff, Jim. I've got a book about the Lancaster that might be of interest here. Okay. Oh, somebody's getting slapped by Jim Timber around the place. I bought it from a friend, Ken Wells. He used to fly from Stepdad's airfield in his gyrocopter. Okay. Um, Kenny Rebel, does the blood chit have a serial number that will be identifying period of issue? Okay. Yes, in tiny print. Definitely ask me, John, because I would avoid that this dealer like the plague. He really mucked me about. I will WhatsApp you the name. It's probably not okay to mention here. Yeah, don't mention anything like that. But yeah, uh, well, what's up with Phil's? I'm not seeing any of those messages. Jim, you're doing a very very good job of whatever you're doing because I haven't seen any of them. Uh, yeah. So as I said, guys, I hope you will tune in tomorrow for the Armistice or Remembrance Weekend video. It'll be up. I must check what it's scheduled for. I think it's after dinner, around 4 or 5 o'clock. So yeah, so there you go. Um, Kenny Rebel, can you identify the number of blood shits are like RAF aerial leaflets? All have a serial number indicating the place where they were issued. Unleash the ban hammer. Yes, lads, ban that guy, whoever, whatever he's doing. I don't know what he's at. Seems to have stopped anyway. Jim seems to have dealt with him. But Lancaster boys, and they were only 18 years old, were so laden with bombs they had got up to speed to take the wheels away. Aircraft got airborne. Brennan was a popular hotspot. Yeah, There was actually a film I can remember watching years ago called The Brill Cream Boys, and it's about the Irish and the RAF during the Second World War, about when they if they if they got taken prisoner, what would happen to them, or if they landed in Ireland, what would happen to them. The film was called The Brill Cream Boys. It was a very good film, but I've looked everywhere for it and I can't find it lately. It's been years since I've seen it, but from what I remember, the vast majority, it was a very historically correct movie. Um, but that's what I want. I wanted to watch it again because an awful lot of people have been asking me about K lines and things like that. What happened to pilots that crashed in Ireland? And I wanted to watch that movie again because, from what I can remember, it was nearly historically correct. Okay, there was some Hollywood bits in it, but it was a good movie. Um, and it, I can't find it. I can't find it. It's not on YouTube. It's not on some of the other links that I have for movies and things like that. So I don't know where it is. The Brill Cream Boys. If any of you ever see that film, it's a good movie called The Brill Cream Boys. Uh, this Sunday, it's the National German Military Remembrance Day called. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, Ralph. But yeah, today is. I presume the marches and the cenotaph and stuff like that will be on Sunday. But today is the 11th. Today is the actual Armistice Day. Um, so yeah, I suppose most people call it Armistice Weekend because there's lots of stuff going on all the weekend. So yeah, Brill Cream Boys POW movie with Gabriel Byrne. Yeah, there's a lot of Irish actors in it, but I can't find it anywhere. The Brill Cream Boys. It's a good movie. Uh, I've looked all over for it too, and I can't find it. Can't find Rebel Heart either. Oh, okay. That's not a good movie, actually. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Yeah, but yeah, The Brill Cream Boys was a great movie. I don't know where it's ever gone. Um, what is everybody doing? Local war memorials or watching the cenotaph on London? I'll be watching bits and bobs. I am filming this weekend at a family location, so I will be traveling tomorrow. Getting some bits and pieces done, and I spending time with my family, things like that. Um, it's pretty much my weekend. I'll try and get to watch bits and bobs. I have some editing to do. Um, uh, I have to get back on top of the comments because my comment section has gone mental. So I have time this weekend. So yes, I'm going to try and get it sorted. Sunday morning, I probably will get up and watch the BBC for the main cenotaph thing in London. This is actually going to be King Charles's first one. Come to think of it, is he actually okay? Is he? I know he's got a title because he's not fully. I was going to say ordained but that's what you do to a priest when he becomes king. What do they call it? It's not commissioned. Knighted? No, it's not knighted. Whatever. Anyway, when he actually becomes the king. I know he has a title. Is it the King in Waiting or the King in something? But this is going to be his first one, actually. Come to think of it. It's going to be strange, actually. It's going to be the first one without the Queen in 50, 60 years. How long was she there? The Queen of England. I'm not sure. I know the Brill Cream Boys movie for sure, but did not know that British pilot and some actor as a 40 years old. I haven't seen that film, so I don't know actually. To tell you the truth, I have seen the Brill Cream Boys, but I haven't seen the other movie that you mentioned. Brig Parade in Glasgow City Centre on Sunday. I'll be there with my mob. Yeah, yeah. So I probably will be watching the BBC one on Sunday. I'll probably be flicking through. There's normally actually Remembrance Weekend. There's normally great documentaries and things like that on about wars and conflicts. So yeah, I'll be flicking through the telly and watching a few of them. Another classic is the USA version of Daylight. Sorry, of Daylight Bombing called Memphis Belle. Yes, Memphis Belle is a great movie. Um, Tom Hanks And Spielberg, the guys that did Band of Brothers and did Pacific, I think it's been edited at the minute. They're after actually doing one called, it's the Men of the Eight or the Fighting Eight or something like that. But it's actually about bomber crews over Europe. It stopped filming last year, so it's been. I presume it's been edited this year, and hopefully it'll be released next year. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Could even be released. Yeah, it'll be released next year. Yeah, so I'm looking for that now. Uh, Billy Campbell, I think, is playing along. Oh, okay. Uh, Anointed. Also, become anointed as king. Oh, okay. Doing local memorial. Lazy Company is doing a charity walk to different memorials, finishing at 11 in Stowe Market Memorial. Oh, that's cool. Coronated. Coronated. Oh, that's the word I'm looking for. Coronated. Okay. I remember being told that the RAF officers had an era used to do the home run to London, buy things from Harrods with a list from fellow officers and camp guards and commandant. I remember being told that RAF officers held an era used to do home run. No, you're slightly wrong. Um, what could happen was if you were a pilot, RAF pilot or something like that, and your mum was sick, and you looked for permission, you could actually request permission to go home, and the Irish 90% of the time, 99% of the time, would release you, but you were released on your parole. So it gets complicated. The British didn't want anyone to escape from this camp. The Germans didn't want anyone to escape from this camp because they didn't want to piss off the Irish, right? You could legitimately escape from the camp and everything was fine, but it very rarely happened. Um, what would happen was if a plane crashed, the locals or the would turn around 90%, not most of the time, but a lot of the time would go, well, the police are coming from the next town over and it'll take them an hour to get here, but that bus is going to Galway, and then you can get a bus in Galway from there to Belfast, and that's going in a half an hour. So like there was things like that done. But getting back to your thing, what they were saying. So if a guy was being sent home to England or being let go home to England, he was given a leave period, whereas he had to be went to England, go visit his mom, his dad, whatever the thing was. And yes, they were given lists because they knew they were coming back, because it wasn't an escape. They were being given special leave. Um, and yeah, the guards would give them shopping lists. Get me cigarettes or get me whatever or get me stuff in Harrods. And the Irish guys, they would buy stuff here as well. The guards would give them stuff here as well that they couldn't get in England because we had rationing, but it wasn't as severe as in the UK. Um, because our food rationing was a lot easier because of Ireland being mainly agricultural at the time. Um, Potatoes, meat products, veg, things like that was sort of plentiful. Um, so yeah, so they would give that to the prisoners, the British prisoners and American prisoners as well at some points, and they'd ship it over to England to their families. Uh, they report to the government and then get sent back to ERA when with their purchase. Then report to the government and then get sent back. Yeah, they'd send back the stuff. That's what they used to do. Uh, Sit to the throne like me going to the toilet at 4:30, which I was what's going on here? Hello, Hereford. Hello, Danny. How are you? I hope you're still here. Um, what was the Duke of Kent on Remembrance Day last year? Why was the Duke of Kent on Remembrance Day last year? What does he have to do with the fence? I know an awful lot of the English titles. Sorry, the English titles, they have a colonel in charge of the regiment. It used to be the Queen Mother was the figurehead or the regimental colonel for the Irish Guards. I don't know who it is now. I think it's actually Princess Anne. So they have a figurehead. So he could be a figurehead for one of the regiments or a colonel. I don't know what you'd call him. Sorry guys, there's a load of questions here. Just trying to catch up on them. Part of Irish. You haven't missed anything, Danny. We're just talking about Remembrance Weekend, some movies, and I'm just answering questions. I like to see Greyhound. Can't find it anywhere. I have seen it. I'll try and find you the link for it, but I have seen it. It's a good movie, great movie actually. Tom Hanks is in it, great, superb. He actually has a big interest in World War II stuff. He's meant to have a massive collection of World War II stuff, I believe. And Spielberg, believe it or not, if Spielberg is making a movie about historical stuff, he likes to buy a historical item. Because I remember it was Master and Commander. He actually bought a sword, a naval sword. He was in Vietnam, so he's got bits and bobs from that, from Platoon and things like that. So yeah, a very interesting thing about it. They both have a big fascination with history. Today, among other things, I watched Operation Seawolf 2020 with Dolph Lundgren. This is only posted on YouTube. Dolph Lundgren I wouldn't exactly be one of my top actors, but Steel Helmet Stan, I used to bet £4 on 2 dogs at Wimbledon Greyhound track. Oh yeah, you're talking about the Greyhound. Yeah, it's a good movie actually, Greyhound. Kenny Rabbit, the entrance to your blood shit maybe Maker's Mark. The initials to your blood shit will be Maker's Mark. Okay. I can't find anything else like a code, just a print that make up shit. Just a print that makes up shit. Jim Pym 2 remembers me from Steptoe and Son film. Military collectibles. What else did? What else did Telly Oliver about besides buckles and bayonets? Don't know. Steptoe, I need to watch all those. Yeah, Steptoe and Son was a great show. Great show. Steel Helmet Stand, probably the local war memorial for me on Sunday. It's the 100th anniversary of its unveiling. Oh, very cool. Steel Helmet Stand, don't you restart Steptoe. Andrew Duke of Kent was the Royal Scots Greys for 21 years regular service. Not a figurehead. Oh, okay. Thank you, Danny, for that information. He also bought up cheap World War II German army swords and cross guards, replaced them with his own fake custom cross guards, and sold them for genuine custom item swords. I do know. It was actually Stan was telling me that he knows of a guy that East German, East German caps, kosher caps, things like that. He gets them and doctors them for German World War II items. Um, I don't know what he does with the peak because these have a plastic peak. He probably changes out with a leather one and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's the base item that he uses to change and make fakes. Andrew Johnson, Herefordshire. He did a tour of Cyprus, but was not allowed to tour Northern Ireland with his regiment after Lord Mountbatten. Yes, that was a very sad thing actually, because Mountbatten actually used to regularly come on holiday to the south. Military collectibles, okay. I had bad person this Mr. Oliver. I had bad person this Mr. Oliver. Military collectibles, undecided yet by Mrs. likes the BBC coverage of the cenotaph. My host team at school was Mountbatten. To this day, collectors have customs swords in their collections, not knowing that they were made by him. This That's an officer's cap. Yes, it is an officer's. No, yes, it is an officer's cap. Yes, you are correct. Um, there you go, and you can tell it's officer because of the detail on the cap edge and obviously the braid. Yeah. Two blokes on my local memorial died within weeks of each other. Brothers. One died in the RAF service. One died in RAF service. One on HMS Hood. Very sad. I even found out which house in the town they lived. Oh, that is sad. Um, the Americans after D-Day. That's part of the loose history of Saving Private Ryan. They I can't remember the name of the law, but they brought in a law that if you like, you could serve overseas as a brother or stuff like that. But if one brother was killed, if you were the last brother, you were the sole surviving brother, you were brought home. That is actually a law. That is actually a thing in military ethos. I suppose they've changed it now as well to even more that only one brother can serve overseas at a time. So if you've got 4 or 5 brothers or whatever in the army, only one brother is allowed to be overseas at any one time. Very good. I remember the sick joke about it, about the officer's cap. Greek craft. Well, I'm not going to pronounce the rest of your name, but hello, how are you? What is white and found on the beach? Oh, no, don't go there. Tomorrow's Spielberg War Heroes BBC 2. I think this is such a kitschy World War I movie. Something was missing, but I am not sure. The movie feels like a Lassie movie. Got much Beefy Boys seasoning left? I have. I actually have a lot of it left. Um, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I will be buying another tub of it when I do get back over there. But yeah, I still have a lot left actually. Where have we gone? My granddad's brother was on the hood too. Your father actually, Andrew, if I remember correctly, he served a long, long time in the Navy, didn't he? What do you fancy from getting a Stoneleigh? We're going to have a chat, get together for a brew and bacon bap. What do you fancy getting at Stoneleigh? We're going to have a chat, get together for a brew and bacon bap. Well, I hope, hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get over for it. I need some 44 pattern stuff, water bottles, preferably. Some 58 pattern drop pouches. SAS survival pouch if I could get one. Cheap enough. I do know they are available on dealers, but they're a bit expensive. World War II stuff would be just like pocket fillers, bits and bobs like that. I believe it or not, I don't have an SLR bayonet, so that'd probably be top of the list. Would be an SLR bayonet. So my would be SLR bayonet, 44 water bottles, SAS pouches for the 58 pattern, and then World War II bits and bobs, bits and pieces. That's about it, really. That's what I would be on the top of my wish list this year if I do get over. I wish I could get a DDR visor cap to fit me. That's a 57. That's not going to fit you. If I do find one, Stan, I will keep keep you in mind. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. You're a size 60, I think, aren't you? But if I do come across one, I will get you one. Ralph, my video on his fake SS buckles has saved people from buying them in recent years. He died a long time ago, but his fake K98 bayonet SS buckles still congregate as originals. I must look up that video because I don't know who you're talking about, guys. I must look him up. Military Collectibles, I have to rewatch that video on the SS buckle. I must do the same, actually, Stan. Military correct was yes, I have seen it. I can't remember seeing it. I'll have to look it up. Stan, we are both Humpty Dumpty headed eggs. Burley. During the Troubles, the guards in Ireland used to get a list of Irish lads who were serving in the British Army and who were home on leave in Ireland. Idea being that the guards could keep an eye on. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. The guards were notified if guys were home on leave, um, for that very reason, to keep an eye on them and protect them and just make sure they were safe. Um, some guys even wouldn't come home on leave. But yeah, it did happen. It did happen. Um, I remember when I was in the army in '98. We used to have a policy that if we were to cross the border, we had to get written permission. On holidays or anything like that, we had to have written permission to cross the border. And I believe into England as well, I think we had to have it. I think we used to have it into England as well, but around 2000, 99, 2000, 2001, they got rid of it. But initially, when I did go into the army, I can remember us being told that if we were to travel to football matches or anything like that in the UK, you had to have permission. You had to have written permission, and you had to give um, the address of the hotel where you were staying, or and things like that as well. I can't remember, did the army notify the police then that we were there? I'm not sure. Yeah. Was watching a video about fake World War Two stuff. Lou Roll Christmas decoration signs. Yes, I have seen that. He's an Australian guy, if I remember correctly. He does an awful. He goes around to he videos, or he watches videos of guys that were at these big expos and shows, and he goes fake, fake, that's fake, and then he tells you why it's fake. Oh, 35 years in the Navy. Oh, your father, yeah. What rank did he get to? Was he a chief or something like that? When Saving Private Ryan was filmed in Ireland, actor Tom Sizemore visited all the pubs in Ireland. I know for sure. He probably did, because yeah, he's a big drinker, I believe. I picked up a nice PSNI peak cap the other day with wire embroidered badge. Oh, very cool. Yeah, we can't get them here. They're very hard to get here, actually, PSNI stuff. Um, they're very, very strict about that stuff getting into the south. Haha, sounds like Tom should change his name to Boozemore. 60 DDR hats seem to be rare. Well, if I find one, then I'll get you one. Or, sorry, Kenny, yeah. Andrew Johnson, cheers, Andrew. Only 3 fellas were rescued. One from round where here somewhere. The grave or memorial stone or the local cemetery to the brothers. I used to find a grave website. That's very interesting, actually. Spoke to Fozzie. I'm sure he had a spare SLR bayonet recently. Speak to Fozzie. I'm sure he had a spare. Oh, okay. Actually, I must give him a ring, or I give him a message. Where have we got? Repatriating Irish items. Repatriating Irish items. Yeah, if I see Irish stuff over there, actually, I'll probably pick it up. Up banner, things like that. I'm trying to think, actually, because I've never been to one of those shows, so I don't know what you'd find. I'm sure you'd find interesting stuff and strange stuff. They're going, like, I always find it mad when you go to shows and stuff like that, and you're looking at guys with displays, and they've absolutely everything, and you're going, it's mad what Soldiers of Steel. It is. It's absolutely nuts what Soldiers of Steel. But I've never been to Stoneleigh. I've never been to one of those big fairs. I've been to like the likes of Victory Show and Yorkshire Wartime Experience, where it's reenactment plus stalls, but I've never been to just a stall event. So yeah, so I can't actually. I'd love to get to see it. So fingers crossed, I'll try and get there this year, but we'll wait and see. Kenny Rebel, what about 61, 62? Sorry, Danny, getting back to your question. Repatriating Irish items. Yeah, if they're there, I suppose, and if I find them interesting, I would, yeah. 61, 62, that's no moon, it's Stan's head. Stop picking on Stan, guys, just because he's got a big head. Did you see what movie of History Secrets is Clancy at the Did you see the movie of History Secrets? Excuse me, right? I don't know where that came out of. Yes, I actually did. There was a guy who robbed a helmet. Uh, yeah, I actually sent the video to Danny. Um, because that's meant to be one of the biggest shows in Europe. And yeah, there was a Spanish trader that specifically went there. He's been talking about going there for years, and he had a helmet stolen off his stand, which is a pain in the bucker. But yeah, I'd love to might go to see that one year. We'll wait and see. Jim Timber 2. Not movie yet. YouTube documentary. Yeah, I've seen it. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he was a warrant officer, class 1. Oh, sorry, sergeant major. Um, Kenny Rebel. Most of the large 6061 DDR peak caps were quickly snapped up by reenactors as they made ideal, looking like World War II infantry and SS caps. I was a setter. Um, yeah, I've seen him, the Aussie guy. I commented on a few times, but he didn't respond. He does some good work, but other things he says can be quite ruthless, and he is always and is he always correct? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah. Some of the stuff he does is actually quite ruthless. I'm surprised he hasn't been pulled up on it because YouTube's guidelines on bullying and stuff like that is quite strict. Military Collectibles, Tony Oliver's phone number is on the buckles backwards. I remember when I was a high school, I could get them cheap 90s. Oh, the DDR hats, yeah. Yep, saw that video. Very enjoyable. Michael also has a recent fair video up. It's worth a watch. Kenny Rebel Stan. That emoji actually looks me. Um, Collectors searched for years to find the Insurer War II maker of then the penny dropped. It was his initials. Plus spelled backwards. Bless you, the sneeze. I just bought a Mugshot as my favourite movie as Highlander. I hope it fits, otherwise I will have to flesh the old birds in the local park. Right, guys, so that's it. We're at an hour. We're actually over an hour. So I hope you enjoyed the live tonight. As I said, I did not put up a video today for Armistice Weekend or Memorial Weekend or Remembrance Weekend, whichever you want to call it. There will be one coming up tomorrow. The reason I didn't do it today was because I just thought people, there was some military collectibles and stuff like that, were just bombarding with so many videos. So mine's going up tomorrow. It'll be up around dinner time, and I hope you enjoy it, guys. Danny, have a good day. CJ, have a good day. Good weekend. Military Collectibles, Jim, everyone, Andy, the whole lot of you, have a good weekend. Have a safe weekend, guys. As always, um, keep in touch. If you ever want to get in contact with me, you know how to do it. It's at the bottom of the email or at the bottom of the videos. You will see an email. And have a good one, guys, and enjoy yourselves. 1 second there. Now there's a few of these. If you say there can be only one, Kenny Rebel, through around 1990, I was buying large DDR caps off PJ Wing for a fiver at a time. Bloody caps, £2. Good show, lads. My bad jokes always kill the deal. Best live stream in a while. First rate. Thanks, Dan. I remember going to Germany where it was cheap. Cheers, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye bye. Exactly, guys. Have a good one. Stay safe. As I said, if you ever want to get in contact with me, there's an email at the top of the video. Most of my video descriptions, or nearly all of them, now have the email. Um, Shoot me a line, say hello, whatever. Even if you just want to chat and talk. So guys, enjoy your Remembrance Weekend, Memorial Weekend, whatever, Armistice Weekend, whatever way you want to say it. And see you later, guys, and enjoy yourselves.